Hello and thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. Thank you very much for the tag, Jess. I am going to crack on with the questions. Number one, why did you start this channel? Well, I started this channel before I knew that BookTube existed. So this channel has already been going for quite some time, since 2011 I think, although I've probably only been paying attention to it relatively recently. And I wasn't really aware of BookTube, but I upload a monthly video which is a wrap up of what I've read, so that's kind of very booky, obviously, because it's about books. Number two, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Gosh, no pressure. I don't know. I hope I can bring something to BookTube. I like reading. I don't get a chance to read that much. I roughly read 3 books a month. I can bring you my reviews of those books without giving too much away about the books. I don't really know what else I can bring. Maybe you'll find out. If there's nothing fun, then you won't watch me, so. Number three, what are you most excited about for this new channel? As I said before, it's not really a new channel for me, but I guess it's a new venture within my channel. So I'm really enjoying reading more often. It was a goal I set myself at New Year, and it really has been something that I've got back into doing again. When I was at uni, I just kind of stopped reading for fun, and I'm back into reading for fun, and I love it. I love the places a book can take you, the escapism a book gives you, and I love books. There we go. I love the smell of books as well. I'm hoping that some of you do too, but it's always the first thing I do when I get a new book is give it a good sniff. I'm not normal. Number four, why do you love reading? I kind of think I just said that. Right, I love reading because it takes you to different worlds, because every single book you pick up is different. Unless you pick up the same book, then it's obviously the same. I love that you can go to different places. One day you can be kind of with orcs and things in Lord of the Rings, and the next day you can be in some rom-com, or, you know, your book can give you different moods. You can read a book depending on how you feel that day. You can read inspiring books. You can just read beautifully written books. And I just love that there are those differences. And I love books, actual books. I don't think I could ever read on a Kindle. I think I need the thing in my hand to smell and to touch. And I think a lot of those senses are part of what reading is for me. Number five, what book or series got you into reading? For as long as I can remember, I have read my favourite childhood book, and the one that I still reread now, is 101 Dalmatians. And I once fell out with a friend for probably about a year because she damaged the cover of my 101 Dalmatians, to the point that at my wedding my mum gave me a new copy of 101 Dalmatians. So it kind of impacted on me quite a lot, that book. As an adult, I think the books that impacted me most were Lord of the Flies and A Handmaid's Tale. A Handmaid's Tale is probably the book that most sort of affected me, and the one I enjoyed studying the most. Number six, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Now, I haven't been into BookTube for that long, but I like questions. I would ask them, if they could write a book, what would it be about? And who would the main character be? I would find that really interesting. Number seven, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Genuinely, I think it's probably just reading. I know that sounds really lame, but sometimes it's really hard to read, just to pick up a book and read. And your brain's a bit buzzy, and, you know, especially if you get a book that's a bit difficult to get into. So I think reading is probably the most difficult challenge of BookTube that I have to overcome, and I'm doing it so far, so I'm doing okay. Number eight, when did you start reading? I think when I was probably 3 or 4 I started reading. I don't know, we would have to ask my mum on that one. Number nine, where do you read? I can read anywhere. I like to read on a train. Last weekend I was on a long train journey, like over 2.5 hours, and I read a book, a whole book. And that was brilliant. It's just so nice to be able to sit and know that you don't have to do anything, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to talk to anyone, you can just read for a whole journey and you can get your book done. So that's probably my favourite place to read, but home, I read in bed, I read in the kitchen, I read in the living room, wherever. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I don't really know. I kind of don't think I'm very judgy when it comes to reading books. I'll pretty much read most things. I haven't read 50 Shades of Grey, so make of that what you will. I don't intend to read it. I like crime novels, I like romantic novels, I like novels that really make you think about life, about passions, about ourselves. I like things that don't make you think. I like books that you can just read and not think about anything other than book. But I do like, I guess I quite like books that make me question my views on the world. So most recently I read a John Ronson book, and that made me question a lot of the things that I feel are right or wrong. So books like that are very good, something that makes you question what you thought you knew. And if a book can make you do that, then that's a pretty well written book, I think. Okay, I think that's it. That's 10 questions. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I can bring something to BookTube, but you can let me know whether or not I can. If you have enjoyed this video, then give us a thumbs up and please subscribe, and I look forward to getting to know more of you booktubers. Alright, bye. Baby.